Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a quick video on the wire prep that I've done for this remote start install. This is a CompuStar 1900S and it's going to be installed in a 2005 Honda Element. Wanted to point out that the bypass module I'm going to be using for immobilizer bypass is a PKH34. Now this particular model, these come like pre-programmed for Honda and Acura vehicles. And there's no need to like have a programming cable and hook it up to your computer and flash firmware on this like the Blade cartridges. So I just happen to have one of these, and I'm going to use it in this Honda Element. And then this is the data-to-data wire. So this just gets plugged into the other end of the remote start unit. So right back here, like that. And then there's no need for a Blade cartridge, so that is not in place. There's no Blade cartridge in this one. I'm going to unplug that for now. And the only other wires I'm going to be hooking up are these four here. Violet, I believe, is the this is going to the white wire in the harness. It's a green harness. It's right at the key side. I'll take a photo of that later. And the other wire on the other end here is the orange, is going to the black and yellow cable on that green harness at the key. And then this is going to go to the security light cable, which is like a bluish, it's blue with a silver stripe, I believe, or yellow stripe, I can't remember. And the pink and white is going to the harness side of that cable. It's going to be cut. And then the pink is going to the vehicle side. Let me put this on to the side and show you the rest of this. I've done what I usually like to do, wire lacing on the harness for the main heavyweight gauge cables for the remote start. So I've gone ahead and taped this up, laced the wires, and then here, so that I only have to connect one cable at the harness and the vehicle, I've just connected one of these to the other. So I only have to connect one of these ends. Here I have, this vehicle has two accessory cables. So that's this white and blue right here. And so those will be connected to the cable at that harness. I've got here the parking positive. I'm sorry, the parking light positive, and I also have the parking light negative over here, which is the same color, just a smaller gauge. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. Depends on which of the two cables I'm able to access easier. I'll use one or the other, and then I'll cut the other one off. Other cables that I have here are the black ground wire. That'll just get grounded. And then, untangle this here. And then here I have my ignition wire and my starter wire. Now, my ignition wire is going to be hooked up into, I've got it connected into pin 86 on this relay. This is going to be an anti-grind relay, so when you send a remote start signal from the remote to the car turns on. Once you get inside the vehicle and you need to put your key in to drive off, if you put the key in and you try to start the car, it will create a grinding noise since the engine's already running. So what I'm going to do here is put this relay in to basically not allow that to happen. So this pin 86 is this white wire, is hooked up into the ignition wire. This black wire on the relay is 85, and it's going to the ground when running cable on the remote start unit, which is right over here in this harness. And then the blue cable here is pin 30 on the relay, and that's going to go to the motor side of the start wire. So I have it hooked up into the start wire right here, the yellow start wire. And then that yellow start wire is going to go into the motor side of the start wire from the harness. I'm going to cut the wire at the harness, and that motor side is going to be connected to this yellow cable. And then the key side of the harness is going to be connected to the relay's pin 87A, which is this green cable here. And that'll go ahead and give me the anti-grind. Once I get in there, I'll tie some of this stuff up and get it a little neater. But for now, it's some good prep ahead of time. I've got here the tack and the hood pin cable, so that's kind of been twisted already. And then I got the door lock and unlock. So those are pretty standard. And the only other wires, like I mentioned here, I've got the negative parking light cable. Depending on which one I use, I might get rid of this if I end up using the positive instead. And then I got here the horn and the brake cable for the remote start. So that's it for this. Next video, I'll probably be going through the install of this car. Thanks.